What day is it? I didn't say the date the last couple of times that I have gone live. I've been doing this for hundreds of times now. I'm actually plugged in. See here? And yeah, so I'm getting bad shadows right now, but it's 100 different things. I'm on my old phone that I use now for this purpose exclusively because everything else says that it can't open because it needs to either update through Apple ID and like stuff like this. You think I could just like put my new one in, but it hasn't been the case. Yesterday I updated my laptop, which I don't know if I logged in with a different Apple ID or not, but it's not really the file conversions that worry me. You know, things from there to here. That's why I've left it, you know. Apple is weird because to use the phone, you know, they had this concept that you have to have like an account. And I thought that they were really like you know, the lead on that concept. I know Google does it and other stuff too. I used to have a Windows phone. I've had Android, but the concept that you have to like buy storage and things like that. I have a job today and I have to use my technology to do that. And it's been giving me bad problems. Bad. All three things. 3 Apple devices are like unruly children. Like demonic. Seriously, though. I need to sit down. Whew. Anyways, yeah, I got a job. And and tomorrow I got an interview scheduled with food stamps. Unbelievable. And yeah, I'm worried because it's not just that I have spam calls. It's also that like there's frequently a what to call it? Like a beeping sound from like a police scanner. If I like pick up the phone and like don't say anything, then there will be this, I don't know. I mean, either you know you've heard it before or you haven't. So I just don't really know what calls are either screened or you know, otherwise blocked. And you know, I've had the feeling that, believe it or not, tickle me pink, but I get the feeling that my voicemails are like monitored. Um, like fangirl. Like, like what am I missing? That's so funny. That I feel that way. But yeah, it's bad. So, that's a bit of the irony. Is that, I sort of accepted that with the newer operating system, that everything that I've previously been doing would be rendered like moot or obsolete. And because, it's a whole 10 basically uh evolutions different, we were I have 14 something on my laptop, and I'm inching to 27 on my new phone. Um, and yeah, it's just super annoying. Like, I hate that. But now, you know, finding things that because of all of the glitches, that are easier to do one place or another, and like actually having to use it. Um, I don't know what I was gonna say, but oh, uh, I don't know, just that like I sort of figured that it was ruined, beyond like any utility, and I be getting thousands of spam calls in a row and nobody that cares about me. So yeah, like I've answered the phone and been like, "Leave me alone. I'm not paid for this." And like stuff like that. And heaven forbid that was the one time that somebody actually called me. You know what I mean? Cuz like no, it's not possible after thousands of times. I was answering every single call at first. I did a broadcast and I was saying like, "Oh, I'm answering them all." I definitely stopped doing that like months ago, months and months ago. But for a while I was. And, they want to talk bullshit. They want to be like, "Oh, and how old are you? Oh, very good. Oh, how are you today?" blah blah blah. And it's like I actually can't do that forever. I'm sorry. Uh, so, because then if I ever try to say anything like that I'm upset about, because, I get so many calls if I was like, "Oh, actually, blah, blah, blah just happened," they'll just hang up on me. And that's actually pretty annoying. So, yeah, and with like any cruelty, uh, I can just see myself on the other side of this, like having people actually call me amidst getting thousands of spam calls, and you know trying to like still get through to people that I'm not a psycho. Like, if you don't get thousands of spam calls, you're not going to know what it's like to get thousands of spam calls. Like the phone log, I used to use that as a reference. Like, I used to be able to go through it like a diary. No, that is not the case. So, anyways, um, things change, and then things don't change, and you realize that you got a proclivity for, you know, being a highly productive person, and a hater is gonna hate. Um, so yeah, I don't know what to say. I used to ask people, how do you do it? How do you do it? And I don't know if like they were so pretentious with me because they thought that I was being like sarcastic, or if it's because uh I don't know, they just didn't understand what I thought I was missing. But uh it's a lot of work, and and I've always been in school pretty much, so, or been out there working, so I expect that. And I just, when they have more stuff than me, or like a bigger house or something, cuz like I was weary of, what was stuffed inside of, the confines of where I reside. And it's like, how do you get away with being ignorant about more? uh, but because, yeah, it's like, I think people just, assume that things just appear. And, you know, I don't, I don't know what, for example, the, code looks like, uh, for the software on this phone, or like, stuff like that. And it's like, oh, well, so it's basically invisible because you don't actually know what you're looking for. Or, it's like, oh, so that just appeared out of nowhere because you can't identify its parts. And it's like, I do have to consider stuff like that. It's like, assuming that you've got $250,000 somewhere or something. um it's like assuming, that you can drive the car you drive, or whatever, like this. I do think about it like that. I'm not gonna be uh I'm not gonna be like unsuspecting of stuff showing up that I didn't personally order myself, because I'm not a privileged person. I'm not someone who expects people to do nice things. Bro, no, I ordered that. I did that. But there people take a lot of things for granted. And the invisible things are not one of them, not for me. Um I gotta freaking carry this weight every freaking day that I'm supposed to be doing something with this. But times have changed, you know? Coding went in a different direction, and it's more random. And I don't know. I mean, how do you actually get a computer to permanently recognize, like, between the hardware and the processing? How do you actually make a computer remember its language? I'm sorry, am I geeking? I think about it and it's like, I don't know, maybe that's not the way to go. But I was hopeful. And the way you be bugging me is high key, life threatening. Anyways, I got a job today, and it's this afternoon. I got to get everything charged up. I only have one charging like block, and I got to get everything perfectly situated. My computer usually has to stay plugged in while I'm using it. So Yeah, it's just crazy. I am charging this right now, and just a little while ago, it was acting like, like the freaking plug didn't fit in the port. Like I would for like months, I was having to like wiggle it and now all of a sudden there's no problem at all. I just, like I just don't understand like how you think that I'm not supposed to notice these things. Anyways, I'm low on toilet paper. I need some sort of like lidocaine spray or something so I don't freaking punch myself in the face. Yesterday I had a real bad headache, but I started a new supplement regimen. Juven and vital proteins, marine collagen, um, and yeah, I mean, been wanting to try this stuff for, well, I've tried Juven, but this marine collagen. So yeah, I don't know, I was just feeling like so thirsty that I pulled the trigger. Um, they're kind of expensive products, so I feel okay today. I haven't taken that stuff yet. I am on two kinds of bloat medicine right now, and and I got more. I got more to try. It's an issue. I put on music yesterday for the first time in like a week, and I was trying to dance a little bit, jump around, and my belly sounded like an empty freaking 2 liter. Like it was like it's gross. Anyways, that's about it for me. But yeah, I mean, there are, you know, presumably intentional obstacles that are placed upon me within the technology that I use. And it's hard to imagine like a professional person or like a wealthy person actually having these issues. But um, it is interesting to consider, you know, if fame, if attention really does, create some observer effect, or, otherwise, you know, nuisance of sorts, because, you're not going to catch me sympathizing. I'm not a reformist, but it's still interesting to consider. Like, why would I have these problems? I don't know, maybe I take communications more seriously than some people. Maybe I've always taken communications more seriously than half of people, or maybe more. You know, I write letters. I studied journalism. You know, I do my own sorts of publications, and maybe you just don't really care about how hard I'm trying. Maybe you don't know that I knew HTML and that I had blogs. Maybe you didn't know that, you know? Or that I have like 6 Google cybersecurity certificates. Or, you know, that I frequently seek out educational or otherwise, uh, you know, employment opportunities online. Maybe you didn't know that. I don't know what the answer is. Wish me luck. Hopefully, because they said if they catch me slacking, uh, noon to 6 today, that I won't get paid. But right now, I mean, it's a competitive wage, and I could really use that. All right, thank you. Goodbye.